So continuing on from that one shot review, this is another mini GT that released that I bought in Singapore from Toy Space. This is a casting that I've been wanting for a while now. No, it's a Bentley Continental GT3, but it's not from the Works team. In fact, the Works team is run by someone familiar named M Sport. Of course, if you follow the rally world, you know what M Sport does. They also did the factory program. This was provided homologated Bentleys during this period. In fact, this was the last year that M Sport was the factory final year of the factory team in the hands of M Sport. So far in 2023, we don't have a Works Bentley team, unfortunately. But getting past that, this is one of the privateer Bentleys. Of course, this is from the 2020 total 24 hours of Spa from Team Parker Racing. Of course, hit by COVID. This is the number 11 Continental from the silver class from Team Parker Racing in the hands of Frank Bird, Ewan Mckay, and Dane Nikolai Kjaergaard. Now, the reason I bought this guy in Singapore was because I had no idea what to pick, and the Jaguar XJS cost me $32 and needed something to fill in from that empty third spot, and then decided, yeah, let's just pick up a Team Parker Bentley. And yep, I did it. So this car finished the 28th overall, 5th in the silver class. Silver class, and has the two drivers. Also, I just want to point out that this and the one that's reviewed earlier, I'll leave that link to the description below. They both costed me 19 Singaporean dollars in Toy Space, which is significantly a bit higher than I'll get in the film through a distributor. But I couldn't find a one online, so I decided why not pick them up in Singapore, and I did. I'm glad I picked them up because this guy won't be available in next month or so, based on stocks. Based on the stock hobbies stock usually get. Anyway, but yeah, that's it for a little bit of we'll talk why I decided to pick up these two. A bit of a discussion rather. So now let's get to the box. Of course, like I mentioned in the one-shot video, this is the box design that they have been using for the last couple of years. Of course, the blue being the main color for the. Wait, I thought they just copied over the 4GT box and then just recolored and touched up in the color palette. Because as far as I know, on the die-cast, it's not that bright. It's kind of like in the middle blue. And kind of getting into never mind. This is the box. Nothing too special about the box. It's the whole grab. So on the one shot, this is quite visible. Visible because this is filled by by a white sticker. This does not have the lines for it because it's actually printed on the Continental box. This is a whole graph. Yeah, that's it. That's it for the box. Let's get to the main attraction. Of course, is the diecast. Another really good casting from MiniGT. I don't have pictures of the cow, but I think this is absolutely spot on. I I don't see any inaccuracies. Of course, the tires. We'll get past the tire prints. The next car review will have tire prints, so stay tuned for that. But this looks absolutely spot on. How the car looks in real life, in real. Uh, oh god. In real life. Now, I just wanted to talk about the windscreen banner real quick. And of course, this is in 2020 and during the COVID hit season. Now, now about this in 2020, GT World Challenge lost a Bunkplan as the main sponsor for the series. So for 2020, they went simple until they found a main sponsor in the hands of Fanatec, steering wheel provider. They went with a simpler route until before they went with Fanatec for 2021 and beyond. So this is on a white banner, which I kind of looks off, with the GT World Challenge logo and AWS. Of course, AWS wasn't that prominent until 2021, which we'll talk about in a future video. If MiniGT does release any more livery variations from 2021 and 22, which we'll talk about if, yeah, like I mentioned before, will have been released by MiniGT and Gatsu model. Great. This is our first look at the web panel. Of course, Nicola Kjaergaard was mentioned in the web panel. Getting past that though, let's get to the front end of the car. Why did I go to the side? I don't know, no idea. As we get to the flow, okay, this foot has trouble trying to focus on the whatever I'm trying to focus on the screen. There you go. Yeah, I definitely need a new phone. As we get to the front of the Bentley, of course, oops, you got the fog lights, which is two on the grill and two on the front bumper. Of course, these are painted because how can you do white detail on a 164 scope diecast? I'll never know. On the grill, of course, this is a tradition with any Bentley, with any Bentley field team. They will paint the logos or something from the factory teams from the year before, the numbers of the cars. In this case, this Team Parker painted their logo right here on the grill. Of course, it's the R logo, which we'll talk about in just a second. But as you get to just blow out the headlights, these are white. Of course, these are clear lenses. I forgot to mention that these are clear lenses on the headlights, the indicators. I think on the rear as well. I forgot to mention the lights on the windshield review. Of course, below the headlights, you got Kjaergaard to sponsor Formula Playa. I don't know what Formula Playa does, but I'll definitely look it up after the review and after this video is done. As you get onto the bonnet, I'm gonna go with the fender first. Because on both sides of the fender, you got Pirelli, which is of course has been the supplier for the GT World Challenge since 2013. Mobile One and of course for Nax. I think it's a foreign exchange. Of course, it's a currency exchange company. As you get to the bonnet, I was at the front. We already just reviewed the front. It's kind of hard to see because they kind of look blurry. I don't know what it says on the. what it says. I can't seem to focus on that vent. But what I do know, the vent, it's not legible. It's kind of blurry. Yeah, it's quite blurry. Yeah, it's quite blurry. I can barely read the text. Right here, I can kind of read the text on the blue and white logo, but I can't. I have no idea how to. No idea what it says. I can't even read the logo on the vent here as well. Yeah. Someone want to know what they actually say. I'll try to look for pictures of this for online after this review is done. As we get to one for real this time, of course, Team Parker Racing was partnering with M Source's Academy team at this point, so they have a Motorsport Academy logo right here. Of course, the Team Parker Racing logo. They went to Porsche's the year into 2021 and so forth. After M Sport pulled the plug on the factory team. To go further, Total. Of course, Total was the sponsor of the main sponsor of the series, of the race, rather the race. In fact, this is continued right. This is still here, right? They're still the main sponsor of the race at the moment. After they rebranded to Total Energies. Of course, Rebellion watches. One of the sponsors for SRO. Number 11, silver. 11, silver. The GT World Challenge logo, although is very tiny. So tiny. You got the GT World Challenge sticker to indicate that they are partaking in Intercontinental GT Challenge presented by Pirelli. Of course, you got the warning signs, just mentioned the windscreen banner and the web panel. And now we're just getting to the side here. Look at this look at this waiver though. I've never seen a waiver like this. Different shades of blue and the blocks kind of. Oh, sorry. Kind of like something from a video game or from the 1980s. Doesn't that remind you of that? Yeah, that's all I could say for the livery. It's a pretty different livery from any Bentley that I've found. As you get the door, which they're the same as the left, you got the number plate yet again. Of course, Team Parker Racing, Bentley Motorsport Academy, Intercontinental GT Challenge sticker. Of course, I don't think this is standard with all Bentleys of this generation. GT3 decal, yeah, the Continental GT3 decal on both sides of the rear fender. Of course, you got Pirelli on both sides. The Total logo on the rear bumper, the Bentley badge and the typeface, number 11, and a fluorescent yellow. There's one of Kjaergaard's sponsors, Kjaergaard. Oh, I have a carbon fiber texture. You can kind of feel a little. Just a slight bit of the texture there, but they molded the carbon fibers. A carbon fiber panel, window panel. Of course, this is insole. Of course, you got a silver window panel. You got the names of the drivers right here. Mckay and Kjaergaard. Also, I just mentioned Frank versus company is in the rear fender. Of course, Frankbird Poultry. Of course, a poultry Brentford Bird is one of the gentleman drivers for Team Parker. As we get to the rear wing, also carbon fiber. I'm pretty sure this is a decal. Yeah, it's a decal. But regardless, it's nice to see some carbon fiber on this car. It's one of Kjaergaard's sponsors as well. Pour salmon kitting lock. Okay, it's quite interesting. Because on the boot, kind of very you see it, but you got the Silver Quest decal, Vision Track. One of the drivers is sponsors, don't know who though. Of course, this is standard with all the cars from the GT Road Challenge at this point. The Assetto Corsa Competizione logo. Now, it make no mention of the. Yeah, it's just Bentley and this is licensing from Bentley. I'm pretty sure they have licensing from Kunos Sony and 505 Games to use their logo on the boot. Of course, this won't be standard, completely standard until the next year, where they'll have the logo right here and right here, or maybe on the boot. But at this point, we're still utilizing the logo on the boot. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Cent is the same as the left. Of course, you can. First, there's the louvet. You can kind of. Yeah, there's some texture on the louvet. You got the fuel cap on this side. You know, of course, you get the window louvet on both sides of the window. No, it's just on the driver's side. There's some texture on the rear wing. Holy. You can kind of feel the pointiness on the rear wing end plates. Yeah, that's it for the car overall. So you get to the base and it's quite flat. It reminds me of a green white when they did flat bases for pretty much every single car they produced. This is a MiniGT, so expect flat bases as well. Kind of a massive contrast compared to the one show where they put some detail, which is. I believe this is wasted scanned by Top Seat Model. I think this is data from Bentley, or maybe this is wasted scan. I have no idea. But they do have a flat base, which suggests that this is a wasted scan. They just replace the chassis with a flat base to save costs. So I just banned on the render. Hopefully there's no damage on this car, because that would suck if I actually just chip this damn thing. Yeah, but yeah, that's it for the review. I like this casting. I didn't think I would be liking a casting from the GT3 category, but this is one of my favorite. Of course, this is one of my favorite GT3s right now. Second best will be the Lamborghini and probably Porsche and the Lexus. I have no idea. Yeah, that's it for the MiniGTs. We'll see you then for something special from England 64.